Hello, everyone of planet here. I'm Jonathan, and in this video I'll try to find my putting style. So what I'm doing is I'm going a round of 18 holes, 18-hole round, and I'm recording every putt that I miss. 14 to be exact. Highly recommend to everyone to do this. It's also great. So after I've found my putting style, I'm gonna replicate all of these fantastic misses and try to see what score am I missing out on. And also I'll be clocking every practice putting session second, because I want to know how long does it take them to do this. So a short backstory here. This is where my putting started, by stroking the board hard. Then it turned sort of into like a spin swoosh putt, like so. And this is, I guess, my current putting style now. So this is the plan right here. I'm setting up 2 baskets in my backyard, and I'm gonna putt a lot and try to really focus on what am I doing here? What do I do? So there are actually a couple of things I noticed. I'm a bit surprised that I noticed the things, because I didn't know that I know stuff about this. Our neighbors. Now I know more about this, so I'll tell you now. So I'll be breaking this down into the grip, the disc, the stance, and the practice or routine. Because when asking Thomas Ekström about this, he said, "Jonathan, you need to practice. You're such a beautiful being. I really like you, Jonathan," he said. So I will start with the grip and not the disc, and I'll tell you why in a bit. And this is my current grip, I guess, with the index fingers doing the spread. It's spreading and the thumb is there, okay? So I'm gonna do what Whirlwind Music said. Try experimented with all kinds of crazy grips and find what's most comfortable. So I'll guess I'm gonna go like the full spread until like, I guess, a power grip. And I'll see on that spectrum where my hand goes. This is great, man. Full spread. Less spread. So I'm at this point. Now I'm gonna start removing the index finger. It's very exciting. A small step. Okay. Sort of ended up like this. Is there a difference? This to like this with the. I've also seen this tip that you toss it like this. Thank you, Robbie C Disc Golf. And however you sort of grip it, that's the grip you go with. Whether you go with the crazy grip on the grip spectrum or the throwing up in the air thing, I sort of ended up in the same place, which was different than before. Progress. When doing this, it was fun and good and all, but it led to some slight problems, I'd say. Maybe not problems, but during the process of trying different grips, there was one disc that stood out in the whole bunch of different discs. That disc was like, you and I, man, we're friends and maybe even more. So I'll be removing the other discs in the pile, and now I'm only gonna be putting with Mercies, because that disc was a Mercy disc. And this is to try to keep it as consistent as possible with the grip. I have the same thingy. So for me, I needed to find the grip before the disc, or the disc change with the grip, and the grip. It's a chicken and egg thing. But maybe start with the grip, then the disc, so you don't have to buy every putter on the market. That'll save, I don't know, maybe, yes. Maybe. So how to stand? I'm gonna do as Michael Phone says and copy some pros here. So straddle putting, it's a thing. I mean, the balance is very good here. She starts there, lining up, goes down and whoop, and whoop. And she has a lot of power doing the putts. It's the straddling. It doesn't feel quite natural, but maybe, I don't know. Kevin, have you subscribed yet? Now we have Ricky Wysocki, kind of a long motion. Boop, boop. I've seen a couple of videos who sort of tend to have it high, so it sort of don't go super past the basket. I have the same thing, but that's just because I have a lot less power. I know that the height here, the release point, if it's higher, I don't know, but the height thing is going to be a problem for me, because when I putt high and throw high, when I do everything high, it sort of go on the left. So this is a putting style that I've been thinking about. It looks so effortless. Just choop, and it's there. It looks so relaxed, this. Maybe not this part. Maybe I need to cover my face to everyone's delight. But I like that the disc is facing this way and not like I do this way. And the last one, someone named Paul. Okay, Mr. Sir Paul. He has to finish with his leg, sort of a whaff. I guess it all has to do with timing, because I've realized when you time it semi-perfectly, it doesn't require a lot of effort. At least this distance, you just have to whoop. I'm gonna try the different techniques more than showing here also. But there's definitely a couple of things that I'm gonna incorporate into my sort of putting practice. I like the effortlessness with Calvin Heimberg's shoof. Maybe I'm just gonna put my feet a little bit more backwards. I really like the turning the disc the other way. Oh, there's something going on here. That is a work in progress, but I tried to do the same exact thing every throw. I look at the basket like this is the basket, here's me, hello, welcome. Then I take a step back, just one step back from that stance, not like this. This is maybe cool, but the balance is off. And then I fake toss the disc sort of like this until it wants to leave me. So I feel like I have the right pressure, the right grip, and sort of the right spin, if that makes sense. Then I try to find a balance and then just go. Also, here's the thing. I tried to find a chain link. That tip is all over the internet. The problem is I have a really hard time remembering what chain link, but I'm trying to in the bottom right corner just because I tend to putt high and just on the left. Also, breathing is a good thing, but just before the putt I go. Those two things, the chain link and the breathing, is hard for me to remember. This is where everything gets tied together neatly, I hope. I'm gonna putt back and forth, and wherever the disc lands, preferably in the basket, I'm just gonna pick them up and putt back. The two baskets is not necessary maybe, but I figured it'll speed up the process here. And I'll be practicing every day before going to work. And when I have some spare time, meaning never. I've sort of thought about a thing for a while now, doing all these different stuff, different techniques, thinking about putting, the process and all the information. And I saw a comment, I asked you guys a while back, forget about the things that you've learned sort of thing and just feel the motion. And I think I've started to notice when I have a clean putt. It's not every putt. Like doing the stance, I feel like there's something here. I guess it's the rhythm. And I think it's a good thing to learn a lot. And then try not to focus on it. Maybe practice to not focus on it. And I practiced now for a while. I have the exact number spanned over like a couple of weeks. But I'm hoping now that this will affect my score, that the round I played in the beginning. I'm hoping that I'll have a better score. So I'll try to replicate the scenarios as best as I can here. All right, first one. Here, maybe? So it's going well at the time, and I like that. I'm hoping now that I'm starting a consistency streak that sort of lasts forever, but it's not done yet. There's a death putt coming up. Ah, please make the last one. That'd be good. Oh, boo. This was the score I got. I can't remember now, but this is the score. So that's the scientific answer, how much you can gain score-wise with finding your putting style. For me, it's more important to sort of feel that I have control over the weight shift from my left foot. You don't need to see that. But I think the most important part is that I feel more in control. Not totally in control. I don't maybe think I'll ever get to that point. But also something I take away from this is just find something that works for you and do that thing. If you think that I missed out on like super important tips that works super well, put them in the comments so we can sort of have that section as us trying to help each other out. That'd be great. And if you like this sort of video, consider subscribing. You're quite welcome here. Hello to you. I'm Jonathan. I've said that earlier. And also press like. That's a thing I like and people like. Okay, bye.